Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to go back to the gift that keeps on giving, and that is laughing at Twitter freaks who are still coping and seething about Hogwarts Legacy and upset that their harassment campaign backfired horribly. But we're going to look at that and some other funny tweets. But first, I have some good news. Advanced GG has restocked my Rev starter kit. So this time it's with a little bit of a twist. Not only will you get a shaker and 8 sample packs of their energy alternative, but you'll also get not one, but 2 stickers this time. So pretty good deal. You guys know the drill. If you're interested, you can find a link in the pinned comment or the description, and I appreciate all the support on that. But right into the actual stories for today. This first tweet is the definition of coping and seething. This viral tweet posted only 24 hours ago has nearly 40,000 likes. And it says, in quotes, "I'm not transphobic, I just want to live in Hogwarts." And then they say this, "Damn, Harry had to live there for like 7 years and 90% of y'all couldn't even do 2 months. And of course, they are citing the player stats and the active number of players, which is dropped since the debut on Twitch, its first launch day on Twitch, which set the all-time record for the most concurrent viewers on the first day of a game's launch. And now, shocked Pikachu face, here we are 2 months later, and the numbers are lower. Whoa, that's crazy. So, I can't tell you how insanely stupid it is to cite the player statistics, the number of players of a single-player game. This is a single-player game meant to be played until completion. Do Twitter users not understand this? When people play Hogwarts Legacy and complete the first round of the game, they're done. 90% of players are not going to keep playing. That is the intended function of a single-player game. And yet, you have Twitter freaks like this citing this as some evidence that people were just feigning interest in the game because they're secretly transphobic, and that's the only reason why they played the game. And I won't even bring up the fact that this is higher than games like Guilty Gear Strive currently, which people treated like a triumphant thing for inclusivity because of Bridget's whole situation. But yeah, this is the natural life cycle of a single-player game. It has an explosive start and then it dies out over time because that's the way it goes. And, you have plenty of replies to this tweet citing how terrible this game is and how it was a big bust and a failure. Yeah, they're hovering around $1 billion in sales, and they set multiple records in terms of viewership and sales. So I think it was a success, and I think it's time to let it go. You lost this one, Twitter freaks. You promoted this game so well that it will live in infamy forever. And pat yourselves on the back for that one. We couldn't have done it without you. So then we have some more Twitter freak action going on here. This user yesterday posted this now deleted artwork saying, this is a common thing we hear, in quotes, "You people, trans trenders, Twitter freaks, all look who can't say," and of course that is a slur against transgender people. So I've seen this all the time. It happened when Silvervale used the term Twitter freaks to refer to those who were harassing her over playing Hogwarts Legacy, and we saw people like Pippa use Twitter people when referring to these same harassers. And for some reason, Twitter freaks like to take that as a sign that they are not only directing those terms towards trans people, they're also interested in saying slurs, but they're just too scared to do it. So many things to address here. Number one, as per usual, Twitter freaks, things like that, means people who harass others over video games, fictional content, and alike. And also, Twitter freaks means someone who would post an abomination like this. Why on earth would you want people to say slurs? Why would you want people to say slurs? I don't understand that. It seems so backwards. Like, it's not a very good look. And I got news for people like this. I'm sorry to say, the actual transphobes out there will say the slur. They will not resort to other terms. They will just say the slur. I'm sorry that's an eye-opening reality of the situation, I don't think it's right either. But they'll just say the slur. I don't know what like bubble-wrapped existence you live in where transphobes are afraid to say slurs. They will say it. That's like the whole reason they're transphobes. Like, it's pretty crazy. And the reason I brought this one up, because it is deleted, of course. It was deleted very quickly because it got a lot of backlash. And the good thing was, guess what? It's not just angry alt-right people who feel exposed or something. It was also trans people saying this is cringe. And it's fitting because, after all, Twitter freaks and things like that do not refer to trans people. It's people who harass others over meaningless things like video games and fictional content. So it was nice to see a whole host of people collabing together to say this is cringe, delete this. And it was, which is a wonderful thing to see. You love to see progress these days when communities can come together and say, this is not good. This is edgelord behavior right here, and it's cringe. So not only has it been a bad day for Twitter freaks, it's also been a bad day for AI art enthusiasts, because some users have been using software like this that helps detect AI art. So in their Discord server, and holy hunkabalunkas, it'll have a predictability program to say if it is made by human or by AI, and certain programs that incorporate AI in their software. So I think this is actually a very useful tool. I don't think this should be judge, jury, and executioner, by the way. I think it should be a guide to just understand what you're looking at, especially if someone's trying to pass it off as their own art. These things are not 100% accurate, but I think they're a good tool, especially for other artists to be able to notice these things, because maybe they have a hunch and this is more circumstantial evidence to support that whatever they're looking at is actually AI art. And again, I'm not an artist. I'm not an expert at picking up these things, and maybe tools for someone like me can be helpful to detect certain trace patterns that I normally wouldn't know. And I think this is a pretty good start. So the problem is with the AI stuff, they are developing very fast. And my old joke, like even from a week ago about AI, always pay attention to the hands and feet, because for some reason AI really struggles with fingers and toes. Well, there's a lot of new developments involving that, where software is getting much better and starting to actually make accurate hands and feet. So who knows how much longer that old tale will be accurate. It's already losing some of its accuracy. So it's nice to have programs out there that might be able to help identify more AI art, especially when it's being passed off as original artwork when it is not. So moving on from there, I want to spend the rest of this video looking at a couple of really miserable sets of videos on Twitter. So I woke up today to see this, and it says, from RuneScape to real life. These two gamers met online in 2008 and finally met face to face after 15 years. And it's a wholesome Chungus feel-good video, right? Like, there they are, they're meeting up for the first time. They've been talking for 15 years online, and they have their first kiss. Isn't that wholesome and nice? Isn't it just beautiful to see people be happy? Well, there's a lot of happy people in the replies and quote retweets, but there's a lot of people very angry, saying weird stuff like this is not okay and I don't care what you have to say about it. What is not okay about this? How could you view this and have any feelings of negativity? Like, you know, meeting up with someone you met online, is this like a new concept for people? I mean, from my own personal experience, like as much of a hellscape as twitter.com is, it will always hold a special place in my heart because that's where I met my fiance. So you know what? There's always hope for you out there. And I don't understand how anyone would have a problem with this. How miserable do you have to be offended by this? It's literally like, I don't know. People on Twitter being absolutely miserable. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. Am I going to laugh at it and point it out? Every single time. Just like this TikTok that was going around, some people were saying, some people are so far into depression that they don't even know it anymore. And it's basically this TikTok of a couple saying that they're in their 30s without children and they have pets and they play games. And this person's like, they're so far into depression they don't even know it. What are they supposed to have kids even though they don't want them? I got news for you. There's plenty of kids out there that have been born by or been raised by parents that didn't want them. That doesn't turn out good, right? That does not turn out good. The world doesn't need more unwanted children, right? So there's absolutely nothing wrong with people in their 30s having hobbies and a different focus on their life. This person's trying so hard to be trad that they're completely missing the point of this is just people experiencing life the way they think is best. That sounds like a pretty fair thing. People should be able to experience life how they want. Oh my gosh. But last one. This one's just kind of goofy. I noticed this recently. It's a clip from Chainsaw Man, of course. It's a pretty, I don't know why it's an infamous scene. He's literally just doing chores, and I'm going to pause it before Mappa kicks down my doors. But yeah, it says, remember when people were going to war for male wife? Male wife is when doing chores at your house. This is literally just being a single male. I don't know. I think Twitter users get a little too comfortable with words they don't really know the meaning of, calling a person a man doing his chores a male wife. But I thought this was more goofy than anything. The quote retweets are blasting them. I don't think this is exactly the worst thing we've ever seen, but I think it's just kind of insane that you would call someone a male wife over this. So we're doing basic human tasks. But you know what? If getting a guy in his like late teens, early 20s who can clean up after himself, I consider that already a dub. So maybe they're onto something. Who knows? Maybe we're all just looking too deep into these things. Who knows? Not me. But you know what I do know? That's the end of this video. Again, down in the pinned comment, check out the restock of my Advanced GG starter kit. We always appreciate them. They're always some Giga Chads helping out this channel. And yeah, let me know all of your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below. Hope you enjoyed, everyone, and I'll see you next time.